Hello, this time I'm going to do something kind of more straightforward. I have this M81, 82 set of frames. This is just after integration. I don't think they are all aligned, by the way, so we'll see. I start Claude in the project, the PixInsight MCP, and I say, please process those frames of M81 and M82. And so to save those frames, I will define the folder here, tag, a nice pair of nice galaxies. So it's loading PixInsight pipeline and skills. Is going to see what we have. So you have to confirm to Claude regularly. There is a mode where you say yes to everything, but I don't recommend to use that mode. So it says, well, we've done already LRGB, but it was for NGC 891. Okay. So yes. By the way, I see that PixInsight is not launched, so I'm going to launch PixInsight. Here it is. So as what we can see here, it has defined the pipeline of the processing for the first iteration. But to start, I should first launch the MCP bridge. So this is how I do it: script execute, and then go. And then it says, okay, it's ready. Workflow, HRGB, stretch target 010, LRGB, blah, 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 HI injection, HI threshold. It's going to do some of this, denoise, SCNR, etc. 2 passes of GHS. So it says, so it starts. I say yes. Seeing a little bit of problems. We have a little path problem here, but it's being resolved. Now it's starting. So opening, if we go here, we can see that it starts processing all the images. And so it's going to do the full script, and I will get a first result, probably not so great, but then I will iterate a few times, and then it's going to be, I guess, better. I mean, for now, this is something that I had done. So if I go to the website, Teams, if you go, it is this one here, so this is a manual processing of it that I had done. So it's gonna be, and by the way, I was not successful at injecting the HR frame. Like I said in the other video, I'm really a beginner. So yeah, we can see how it goes with it here. I don't think I'm going to do a video with all the iterations, because just the processing time takes quite long. What it's doing here is trying gradient correction, and it's doing this either with automatic background extraction or gradient correction, and it tries to take the one that seems the better. So it exports the JPEG, and then it looks at it and yes, go with it. Now it's doing blur exterminator. So this can take quite some time, right? Doing all of the things here. Now it's doing SPCC. So as you see, it goes really quick. Well, so meanwhile, as we can wait, so this one here, as I said in the other video, was processed using this method, on this here, this is the website of the new website of Astro Arrow. It's the original website is this one from the Astro Arrow team, which you may know. So the Astro Arrow team does lots of pictures that goes on the iPod or the NASA picture of the day. So you can see all the photos from Francis and Jean-Luc here from the various observatories, and we are moving the website to share also with all the teams that are part of the observatory, so that everybody can share their work easily. Yeah, trying to share as Claude is working. Yeah, I can already see that stars will need a bit more, like a bit more strength. I think that this is too small here. So what it does is just the history of what I have tried. If you check out the project, so like I said, on GitHub, if you check out the project, then you will be able to then adapt. So if we look at the structure, there are some scripts. This is the run pipeline script that does all the conditional execution of just L, HR, RGB, or I don't have S and O filters, so obviously this still need works to be adapted. But also here we have the documentation that is helpful. So this is interesting to watch for you, but it's also interesting to for Claude as you start it, or any other AI with whom you want to use. So that's what the AI is going to read to understand how to launch and how to use. And then we have different processes, registration, alignment, propose, progressively. It's noting what is useful, how it works, and what works, what doesn't, and this type of things. It's still not good. Like sometimes it's just noted on my local. This is, I think, what's the most important is to understand the idea, and then you use it the way you want. So still processing. Now it's doing the LHE mask. Yeah, I guess we'll get something over processed again as the first iteration. So as you see, there is no question, so you can go and do something else while this is working, which is kind of nice. And I mean, it's as quick as what my computer is. Especially, I think I had reduced the usage to only 4 processors, so that's why it's kind of slow here. But I don't remember where I could enable back all the processors. Yeah, meanwhile, I'm also working on another thing that for me is going to be interesting, but I hope not everybody needs it. So this is called frame classifier. Frame classifier repositories. So okay, well actually it's not public yet. I will make it public when it's satisfying. So I'm training a model, a vision model, because one problem I have is that all of my frames, like I have to throw at least a third of my frames regularly, like typically, because I can, so I don't know if I open it, let's say with serial. There you go. So what happened? Open with serial. Hop. So as you can see, there are plenty of double stars. I cannot zoom here, but you see, and sometimes now it's very obvious here, but sometimes it's not as obvious. It's kind of sneaky, and I don't know. I guess with the noise, like with so many frames I have, at the end you don't see them, but obviously I want to throw those away, and I am tired of sorting out all of those. So I'm trying to learn a vision model that would be able to detect the ones that have this. So it kind of cut automatically the stars, extract stars, look at how they are, and decide yes, no. It's in progress. I'm not sure I will reach a satisfying test, but it's kind of okay. So it was complete. Pipeline successfully completed. Memory peaked at 3 gigabytes. It's okay. Let's review the result. So I come back to my folder, which was Bot Galaxy. Up, output, processed, iteration 1. Well, interesting. It's not totally what we want, right? I guess that I can see problems with the stars, problems with it's too red, many things that are not good. So what? Yes. Oh, there were problems in the scripts. I'm going to tell him, like, so it's still finishing a few analysis. We'll see. Well, I can see also there is some alignment problem here. So what looks great? Spiral structure is beautifully resolved. Dust lane, blue star forming region. Starburst outflows are clearly visible in the red edge emission above and below the disk. Fair. Stars are tight and natural. Yeah, I think it's not good at all. This one, like there are too many artifacts, so that's not good. EF and wisps are hinting between the galaxy. Real signs in this famous field. Yes, there is a bit, but I think it could be stronger. Several background galaxy visible, including an edge on one lower left. Okay. Too dark, final median 0, well below. DHS paths were too gentle. XISF didn't save. The apostrophe in Bot's galaxy broke the pager path strings. MH outflow could pop more. Agree, injection at 0 sensing was conservative. Slight green tinge in corners could be IFN, real, or residual gradient. M81 could use a touch more of details recovery. So it says, do you want me to go with stronger stretching? I think stronger stretching is necessary. Boost ASHA injection and a fixed output path. I can resume. Yes, with those changes, but I am not happy with the stars. There are artifacts on the stars. do you really remove them on the linear state and add them back at the end doing screen blend? So I say yes to what he wants to do, but also I'm complaining also about the stars. Yeah, if I look at my the one that was mine, which was my final result, and obviously much better. But still, what I like at least here is I think I've done better on the red part here, which was not clear here. Different style. I think I have a problem here. Yes, screen blend was not done with star strength 0.8. So now it's creating the configs, which is always the JSON file. And so you see for stars, it's saying, well, indeed, I should do not I should do just an addition, but a screen blend. And it said, well, we learned this the hard way, so okay. Yeah, so it's ongoing. Well, I think it's going to be good this time. Much better, like, this is my feeling. Yeah, I don't know why. So it's moving rather quick, applying mask, applying LHE, applying many things. I think there are more than 25 or 30 steps here that are applied. And because it does checkpoints, if you need to start again something, you don't need to start the whole again, like it's able to start from one of the steps. So iteration 2 is coming now. I think we're not far from the end. And you see it did an alignment automatically, the script. So it's really a lot of things are done straightforward. I have some noise here all around, which is not good, but I don't know where it comes from, this noise. Okay, now doing the multi-scale transform. And I think a final touch of noise, which I didn't succeed in, I usually do only one iteration, and so I don't know why it does two here, because I try to change something I need to work on. Some lightweight curve transformation. Now we have a problem executing a script. This might be a problem. We have had a... Okay, second iteration. And by the way, you have the detail of all the steps and assessment that is generated also each time. So, well, I still have a problem with the stars. Like really big problem with the stars. So that part is not good. I think it's a slightly better. To be fair, maybe the first one was better. I don't know. Yeah, it starts being, because we're making the H alpha part. Yeah, I'm not okay with the stars again, so honestly between this and this, still slightly below target brightness. XISF won't save the other. Stars are not good. And background is a bit too red now. Maybe tune down a bit on HR strengths. 4 stars. Make it more visible. Put it back to 1. Also, stretch them slightly more, very gentle. I mean the star frame, and add an intensity. Yeah, so I think I'm going to stop, because now you see the idea. Again, I'm not saying it's perfect as of today. It's far from. I'm just showing a new way, which I think is going to make progress, and a very different approach, but probably very interesting on the long run. Okay, so v3, we're changing this and this and this. I say yes, and it's going to iterate again. And like I said, you know, if you feel like you don't know what you're doing, you have the whole parameters that are given, you know, very clear assessment, results, and all of that. So it's the idea is that it's really transparent, and yeah, I think it's going to be a great way. Okay, I'm going to stop because now you get the idea, and I'm sure it's going to converge to something nice as things I want gets clearer. It's just that I'm doing this without touching a form, without being flooded by all the windows. You know, I'm kind of messy, and this is good to me. Yeah, I mean, I saw that I could iterate to something which is rather decent in my opinion, and so I think I'm going to pursue this way of doing, and hopefully, as this was, you know, this is just my kind of third one here, after N891 and the Bubble Nebula. So I'm sure that after 10, 15, it will know all my good recipes, what works, what doesn't, and I will be working comfortably and be able to try new approaches better. So I can already see that it's slightly better here, the stars. Now step 10. I think there is also a web server. Can you start it? Okay, I'm also asking for starting the web server part, which I haven't tested again, but just to show the idea of what I had in mind. So Claude is going to take this and start it. Yeah, so note that it's monitoring PixInsight memory, because sometimes, and I don't know why, but it can happen that PixInsight goes crazy up to 40 gigabytes of memory consumption. Yeah, so still working, and it didn't take. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start. So this is still Claude here. Can you start the web server? And I'm going to delete this one. Now it's running. Okay, so what you would see maybe, yes, so this is this is what we are doing here. It's what I am processing. So maybe I should have shown that earlier, actually, because I think it's kind of nice. So you know, like I said, it's a JSON configuration, and what I've done here is that I've added a visual representation so that you can see at each step what it's doing. So for example, you know, this is the luminous stretch, kind of very stretched here. And what we have here is the H alpha processing, which my H alpha is not good. I guess that's the problem, is that I guess I should stop including the H alpha. Anyway, then you can see RGB combine. Now it starts not being bad. And star additions in the end. Okay, so I guess we're done, yes? Where is it? Here. Okay, stars looks much better now. Yes, definitely. It's not still completely good, but it starts being better. And I think that I start having lots of details coming back here. The stars look much better, but there's a problem. The SXT tempo didn't include the L branch, so the luminous data was lost. You can see M1 looks flatter without the L channel enhancement. I need to do a full run from scratch to get both the improved stars and proper L processing. So yes, we had a little problem. So if I look again here, yeah, I think it's not resetting. We should restart. We should be resetting, but each time there is a restart, I can restart from there. So this is a visual edition of what's happening here with you. Obviously, it's much. You understand that it's much more comfortable to just talk here than to start using clicks here, but it's interesting to be able to track all the details. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop. We won't see the final result, but I'm going to stop.